Hey, I updated Loom and now it saves up to 80% in tokens. Let me show you what that means and why it works. If you're new here, Loom is a hybrid cloud and local AI coding assistant I built. At first glance, it looks like Claude Code or OpenAI Codex. Same terminal UI, same workflow, same functionalities. But under the hood, it works a little bit different. Most AI coding tools send everything to the cloud model. Every file it reads, every search, every subtask, it all lands in one giant context window, and you pay for every single token. That gets expensive fast. Loom takes a hybrid approach. A strong cloud model acts as the orchestrator. It basically plans the work and breaks it into small, isolated subtasks. Those subtasks are then handed off to local models running on your own hardware, on your own MacBook or gaming PC, whatever you use. If it has enough compute, you're fine. Each one works in its own context window and only returns a short summary of what it found. Okay, let's get right into it. So, first of all, we're going to ask it what it's capable of. What are you capable of? Okay. I'm Loom, hybrid local and cloud multi-agent coding orchestrator. Here's what I can do. So we directly see locally it has some sub-agents, an explorer. The explorer can basically interact with your file system, read the code, read the files on your system, on your device, and basically provide a deep investigation for the orchestrator to let the orchestrator exactly know which file has which context or which purpose or whatever. The editor is basically, in the end, the final executor. After the orchestrator made some plan, the editor is able to implement it completely locally. Bash, this sub-agent is able to interact with your terminal, and that's especially useful. Imagine you have a lot of logs, a lot of noisy context, and this bash sub-agent will basically just take the what matters out of the logs, like the exception or something, and return it back to the orchestrator. This will save you a lot of tokens without any quality degradation. Amazing. Okay, reviewer is basically the possibility to review the code the editor wrote. Searcher, this one will run on your local device a deep investigation, a deep search process on the web. Tester is able to drive a web browser, control your computer. If you're doing something like which exposes a front end, which exposes user interface in whatever direction, the tester can test it out of user perspective and control your computer like a human would do. Okay, general purpose. The general purpose sub-agent basically helps the cloud model to replicate itself and comes up with its own persona, with its own sub-agent whenever needed. So, and that's how we save up to 80% in tokens or even more without much quality degradation. Amazing, right? I'm using Laguna here locally and Haiku in the cloud. Okay, let me show you the roles. So we have the orchestrator role, which is most important. Mostly I would use Opus for this, but currently for testing and demonstration, I will just use Haiku. Advisor. Okay, this advisor is especially interesting. The advisor enables a local model to ask a big and more intelligent cloud model for guidance whenever it's stuck. So imagine there's a complicated task, there's an error which it runs into again and again. It's able to call the advisor and ask for guidance, or it needs to take some important decision, and so on. It can just call the advisor. And that's also what the escalator is somehow about. But let's get not in too much detail. I also have this slash command called privacy. Okay. And privacy, you can basically define what should be shared. I would really appreciate if you share the errors so we can improve this, but you can also set it to none and nothing is ever shared. Everything stays on your device. nothing is ever tracked, but error tracking would especially be great to fix the application. So if you're facing an error and error tracking is enabled, I can see the error and I can fix it. Okay. You can also do full tracing. You can also allow full tracing, and this would be really cool to support the vision of training our own local models, which are actually trained to ask larger models for guidance. So that's my vision here. And if you support this vision, just set it to full. I will be responsible with the data. Okay, have a good day. I hope this will provide a lot of value to you, and I appreciate it if you use it or if you want to contribute and work on it with me. Just let me know. I really appreciate you. Okay, bye.